me gusta does not mean I like. In fact, quite the opposite. And if you think gustar means to like, it's not your fault. I forgive you. It's because every Spanish teacher in the world has taught you wrong. Why? Because that's how they were taught. Now, by the end of this video, I will prove it to you, and you will agree with me that gustar does not mean to like. It means something very different, and you'll also be able to use this in any sentence you like going forward. Who am I? My name is Rob. I've learned 6 languages over the last 25 years, and I've used the layers method to help hundreds of people who moved to a Spanish-speaking country like I did 6 years ago, by focusing on the top 300 words and removing all the random words and grammar you don't actually need. The top 300 words that help you to have a basic conversation. If you're interested in that program, there'll be a link in the description. If you can't find it there, it'll be on my profile page. Okay, let me prove to you now that gustar does not mean to like. Okay, you probably know, if you're watching this video, that in Spanish, if I had to say to you to talk, let's say to talk or to speak, the word is going to be hablar. Okay, let's make this slightly bigger. And then if I wanted to change that to I talk, I'm going to say what? So I talk would change to hablo. Okay, so that AR at the end changes to an O. All right, so if you've watched any of my other stuff, you'll know I always say that one word in Spanish equals 2 words in English. So hablar, one word, with the R at the end equals to talk. Hablo, I talk. And then if I change that to you talk, we have to change the ending again to put an S on the end. If you don't know this, go and watch my video called The 8 Magical Words, the 8 words that help you learn Spanish. That's going to really make this clear to you so you can use these action words in a sentence. Okay, so hablar becomes hablo for I talk and hablas for you talk. So we can see there how those word endings change. Now let's take another word. Let's take the word to pay. Pagar, to pay. Okay, so I'm going to use that as a copy-paste template because it's going to be pretty much the same thing. This ends in R, but the word is pagar, to pay. And then I pay, we do the exact same little pattern here. We have to change it to pago. Try and say it before I do it. And you pay is going to be what? While I just change this quickly, what's it going to be? It's going to be pagas. Okay, so I talk, hablo. I pay, pago. Okay, another super high frequency word to look for or to search. Let's say look for / to search for something. It's going to be buscar. Okay, let's look at that pattern again. You already know I look for, or let's say I search, or I fetch even. It's going to be the same thing. Okay, literally I could copy paste this. Busco, buscas. All right, we'll do one more very, very high frequency word that's going to help you. Llevar. Llevar. You know when you're at a coffee shop and they say, para llevar o para tomar aquí. So llevar is to carry. To carry, or like in a coffee shop, to take away. Para llevar, to take away. And you would say, I carry would be what? Say it before I get there. I carry, it's going to be llevo. Okay, so the AR changes to an O. And same thing here, the AR changes to an AS. So we know if you say a word with an S at the end, we're talking about you. Okay? If it has an O at the end, we're talking about I. In other words, every time you see the S at the end of a word, we already know you're talking about you. That's how these words change when we use them in a sentence. Okay, so let's say that to like is gustar. I'm going to show you why it's actually not. Okay. In fact, you know what I should probably do is copy paste that. We change that to like. Gustar, to like. I like would be what? Right, it's the same little rule, right? We put the O at the end. Gusto. And you like, and now this is not correct. Just before you freak out, this is not correct. Okay, this is what I want to show you. I like, by that same logic, should be gusto. I like. You like should be gustas. You like. So if I wanted to say I like, do we say gusto or do we say me gusta? Well, you already know that. That's how this video started. Me gusta is what most people think of as I like. So I'm showing you now. If that's true, why doesn't it follow this rule? Why don't we say, I like the beach? Okay, do we say gusto la playa? No, we don't. We say me gusta la playa. I like the beach. Okay, by the same token, if I wanted to say you like the beach, do I say gustas, you like? Gustas la playa, you like the beach? No, everybody knows. You like is te gusta. I like is me gusta. You like is te gusta. So we don't say gustas la playa. We say me gusta la playa. And you probably know that already. I like it, me gusta. You like it, te gusta. Okay? What is going on here? Why are we not following these normal rules of I changes to O at the end, and for you it changes to S at the end? Why is it always the case? You pay, pagas. You talk, hablas. But then why, when it comes to you like, do we not say gustas? Why do we say te gusta? What's going on? Now I know what you're thinking. What the fuck? He's actually right. This whole time, here I am thinking me gusta means I like. Meanwhile, like at the farm, Johannes was milking his cow. Okay, let me show you what is going on here. I'm going to start me gusta, te gusta. I'm going to start with these words me and te, just because it's going to make it a little easier that way. Me gusta, I like. Te gusta, you like. So, what does me mean? So me, they don't map 100% into English, these words me and te. Okay, but there's times when they mean myself, and there's times when they mean to me, and there's times when they mean me. All right, so unfortunately I can't give you like a better answer. Yourself, to you, you. So there is a sort of common thread between these. If it's me, it's always kind of pointing towards me, right? To me, give that to me, I would use me. I wash myself, I would use me, myself, okay? Talk to me. Anything coming towards me is me. Anything coming towards you is te. Yourself. You wash yourself, te. I give that to you, te. So this is basically something coming towards me. It's for me, towards me, etc. Okay, now think about this. If I were to say me gusta la playa, thinking about gusta as I like, me gusta, I like, why aren't I saying yo gusta? Like, why am I saying me like the beach? Why aren't I saying, like in other cases, yo hablo, right? Here we would say yo llevo, yo busco. Why we never say me busco? So it's another clue as to something is off with this word gustar. Okay, so now we're going to get down to the answer. What if the word gustar actually means to please? Not to like, to please. Let's try this and run it through the test. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this up here, and I'm actually going to copy paste this bad boy up here. All right, let's run this by that same test here and change this to please. Imagine that means gustar. I please, gusto. You please, gustas. Okay. Now there's one more thing we haven't got to yet. You know how I said the normal version of the word ends in an R? And then when we were talking about I, we changed it to end with an O. So that O represents talking about I, or yo in Spanish, yo hablo, tú hablas. The S is always talking about tú. So we can tell by looking at the end who we are talking about. But what if I wanted to say it talks? What would I say? Well, it's almost the same. I would say habla without the S. I just remove the S. Okay, so it talks is habla. And that's the pattern, all right? So I talk, hablo. You talk, hablas. It talks, habla. We know you're saying it talks if it ends in the A, because none of the others end in an A. If I wanted to say it pays, same thing. What would I do? Look at this habla and ask yourself, how would I say it pays? Paga. Same thing. I just remove the S, okay? What about to look for or to search? What would I say? it searches would be busca. And then the last one, say it before I get there. It carries would be lleva. Okay, so that A at the end. Okay, so this now let's look at gustar, which means to please. Okay, I please, gusto. You please, gustas. It pleases. Now we are getting to the crux of the matter. Gusta. That's the word we've been looking at this whole time. Okay, so it pleases. It's the same pattern as all these other words. Gusta means it pleases. And the reason I've shown you all these is showing you how to get there, how to work out what it means from the original word gustar, to please. Gusto, I please. Gustas, you please. Gusta, it pleases. Now let's go back down here. Okay, so we know that me means me. Okay, me. Gusta means what? It pleases. We've just discussed that. Gusta means it pleases. So let's highlight that. Okay. La playa, the beach. Right, so read that out. Me, it pleases the beach. Word order definitely is confusing, okay? The word order in English would be the beach, it pleases me. Okay? This is what we are saying. We are not saying, I like the beach. Okay? I like the beach. How would we say like? Well, there's actually no word for like in Spanish. You cannot say, I like the beach. You have to say the opposite. The beach pleases me. It's not me that's doing anything. It's the beach that's doing the pleasing. Okay? I'm not pleasing anyone. I'm not liking anything. That beach over there is pleasing me. And this is why I say it's the opposite. Okay? It's not that I'm liking something. It's not that I have any attraction to something. It's that that thing has an effect on me. That thing is pleasing me. Okay? So gustar, to please. So what if I said, te gusta la playa? All right, so te, we've looked over here, means you. Gusta means what? Well, it's the exact same word here, so it's going to mean the exact same thing. Gusta means it pleases. All right, so I can actually copy paste this, all of this. Let's put it right here and just change it. Te gusta. All I have to do is change this word here. You, it pleases the beach. The beach, it pleases you. Now we see why this word gustar does not change when different people are liking it, okay? Now it's not like I like gusto, you like gustas. No. Now it's me gusta, me it pleases. Te gusta, you it pleases, okay? So the beach, it pleases me. Now, let's just make it a little bit simpler. If I remove the word la playa, so I'm going to copy paste both of these. I'm going to say, let's say, do you like the beach? Let's start with that, okay? Do, or let's just, and we're going to remove the word do because it actually gets confusing in Spanish. You like the beach? As a question. You like the beach? And then you say, yes, I like the beach. So it's, te gusta la playa? You like the beach? What am I actually saying? I'm not saying you like the beach. I'm saying it pleases you. The beach. That's what I'm saying. It pleases. Or actually, if I had to change the word order once more, you, it pleases. The beach. So it's the word order that actually messes things up. You, te. It pleases. Gusta. Let's put that in red. Remember, I always say, one word in Spanish, gusta, two words in English, it pleases. So, you, it pleases. Te gusta la playa. And then you're going to answer. You're not going to use the word beach in the answer. You're just going to say, I like it. Yes, I'll remove the word yes for now. I like it. Okay. And the answer is me gusta. Just me gusta. We don't even need the word beach now. But I'm not saying I like it. I'm saying it pleases me, or me it pleases. So instead of I like it, I'm saying me it pleases. Okay, in English we would say it pleases me, but the word order is different in Spanish. You're not saying I like it, you're saying it pleases me. If I said to you, ¿Te gusta la playa? It pleases you, the beach, is what I'm saying. And you say, it pleases me. You don't say, I like it. It pleases me. In the Spanish word order, that would be, me it pleases. Me gusta. Gusta is it pleases. That's what we are saying when we say gusta. It pleases. I'm going to do one more just to drive this thing a little bit more home. If I had to say the opposite, if I had to say it the other way around, and I wanted to say, you like it, so I like it, me gusta, me it pleases. You like it, okay, I'm not actually saying you like it, am I? I'm saying this, it pleases you. In Spanish word order, let's take that me and put it at the front, or the me and put it, or the you and put it at the front. You it pleases. That is what I'm saying. Now we can directly translate. You can't directly translate without first going through that little process. It's not you like it, it's it pleases you. Spanish word order, you, it pleases. Now the you, now we can translate. You is what? Te. It pleases. Gusta. Okay, listen, I'm going to do a couple of parts to this. This is going to be the end of this video, but I'm going to do some more parts because you can go way further down the line and you can really complicate this. You've got past tense, right? You've got other people, like we like it, okay? We like it, for example, would be nos gusta. Us, ourselves, it pleases, okay? You've got, for example, how would you say, I like you? Okay, now we're actually saying you please me, okay? So you please, now we would say something like gustas, because gustas means you please. Look, I'll show you. So this is just a little preview for the next part. For part 2, I'm going to go into things like, look, you please equals gustas. So if I wanted to say I like you, I would actually say me gustas. Myself, you please. All right? Me, you please. Me gustas. Okay, so that's just a little preview. I know it sounds complicated. I think the best thing you could do is go over this video a few more times before you move on to part 2, because part 1 is like the main thing people say the most. Me gusta, te gusta. Me gusta, te gusta. I like it, you like it. We're not saying that. We're saying it pleases you, it pleases me. Okay, so that's how it goes. If you are interested in joining our over 500 community members in school.com with the layers method, I'm going to leave a link below. It's where we go through the top 300 words to get conversational. If you don't find the link in the description, it's going to be in my profile page. So this is where you'll find our community, our active community here. The classroom is where you have the layers. The layers method has layers one by one of the most important words. The top 300 words is all you need when having a conversation in Spanish, and from there you can grow. We use flashcards as our most important method to commit these things to long-term memory and to keep it fun. So example would be like this.
Es bueno verte. Solo hablo un poco de español. ¿Hablas inglés?
So that's a bit about our community. Come and join us. I would love to see you there.